Hello everyone. I would like to thank those who organized these videos, and B'ezrat Hashem, it should be a chizuk for not just the Gibraltar community, but beyond, whether it's in London or whether anywhere else that this video reaches. I was asked to speak about Tefila. Tefila is one of those things, Chazal say, that there isn't enough chizuk. We always have to be mitchazek, we always have to strengthen ourselves. And I just want to highlight a very interesting point I read once. When it comes to Tefila, and when we think about the Tefillah of our forefathers and the Tefillah of times of the Gemara, the Mishnah speaks about somebody standing up and basically composing a Tefillah as on the go. We don't have such a Tefillah. I mean, we have an element of Tefillah, but the core of our Tefillah is the Tefillah that Chazal instituted, and Chazal were Metaken, that they decreed and they composed. And that's the Amidah primarily, and all the rest of the Tefillah. So our avodah is actually slightly different than the avodah of the people in times of the Gemara. In times of the Gemara, the tefillah was expressive. Somebody would stand up and basically pour their hearts out to Hashem. And of course, they had the same structure. We have shevach, we have praise in the beginning, then we have bakasha, we have requests, and then at the end we have hoda'ah, we have thanksgiving, and we have also acknowledgement, etc. But exactly what you asked and exactly how you did it was very personal. And the avodah was really to try and express what was happening inside a person, what a person's thoughts were, what a person's emotions were. But how do we translate that into our situation where our tefillah is fixed? I mean, the text is pretty fixed. So the idea is as follows, that tefillah becomes a reflexive act, which is actually what lehit palel is, reflexive. The idea is as follows. We have the words of Chazal. The words of Chazal were done with tremendous wisdom and Ruach HaKodesh. In the words of Chazal are contained all the thoughts and aspirations and yearnings of every single human being for any situation that they may encounter in any generation under any circumstances. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being entrusted with composing a tefillah which should serve for every single person at any given circumstance throughout the generations, for everything? And the idea is to uncover, to reveal all the meaning and all our feelings and our yearnings in the tefillah, and to learn from the tefillah itself. A very, very short idea. For example, the first of the bakashot of tefillah is Atah Honen le'adam da'at. Is the only one where we have an introduction. Atah Honen, you are the one who grants a person wisdom and understanding. And then we ask Hashem for wisdom and understanding. And that's the first thing we ask Hashem. And it's once you realize, once you look in the tefillah and you realize and you recognize that that's the first thing Chazal told us to ask for, that tells us it's one of the most important, if not the most important thing. I often say that contrary to popular understanding, health is not the most important thing. We need health, undisputably. We need health, but the most important thing is wisdom. You can have all the health of the world and waste your life. But if you have wisdom, you know how to take advantage, how to make use of every single moment of your life and every single opportunity. Identify the opportunities, identify what needs to be done, and identify what Hashem is asking from us. So wisdom is the highest priority, highest thing on the priority list. And by realizing that that's the first thing in tefillah, we realize that that is the case, and therefore when we approach Hashem and we ask, we realize that this should be our priority, and we prioritize our activities, we prioritize what we do in attaining wisdom. So our whole outlook on life and our pursuits change based on the tefillah. So tefillah, instead of just being an expressive activity, becomes a reflexive, becomes a way for us to identify our values and identify what we should be focusing on. I hope, B'ezrat Hashem, this serves as a chizuk for everyone, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should listen, receive all our tefillot, and B'ezrat Hashem we should bring and usher the Geulah Shlema b'mehera b'yameinu. Amen ve'amen.